it's at this point that I would raise the discussion once again of the need for a military intervention by official Muslim armies in the region to rescue the people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "In istansurukum fid din, fa'alaykumun nasr." And if they ask you for help in their deen, then you must help them. These are people who are not asking for anything extraordinary. They don't want an army from Egypt or Jordan or Turkey or anywhere else in the Muslim world to come in to kill innocent people, to harm women and children, to murder people, unlike what their occupiers have been doing. They want to be rescued. They want the land that's stolen from them back. They don't want to live under occupation. A state-level military occupation that is slaughtering a civilian population demands a state-level military intervention to rescue those people and replace that occupation with something better, like for 13 centuries under Islamic civilization, which allowed Muslims, Christians, Jews, and others to live side by side in the region in an unparalleled way. And that's what is wanted to change the system to. The people of Gaza have asked, just as Allah tells us in the Quran, when He says those mustadafin, those people who are oppressed, are asking why they're not rescued. And alladhina yaquluna, those who they say Rabbana, they implore their Lord, akhrijna min hadhihi al-qaryati adh-dhalimi ahluha. Get us out of this situation where the people are oppressive. وَجَعَلْ لَنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ وَلِيًّا, and appoint from yourself, Allah, a wali, a protector for us. وَجَعَلْ لَنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ نَصِيرًا, and appoint from yourself, O Allah, a helper. So in this context, the helper and the protector has to be a trained army which is capable of rescuing the people, liberating the land, and providing an alternative system there which gives peace and justice to the region. A state-level military occupation that is slaughtering a civilian population demands a state-level military intervention to rescue the people and replace it with something better, meaning a system like that under Islamic civilization for 13 centuries, which allowed Jews, Muslims, and Christians to live side by side with justice and harmony. Who is capable of doing that? Well, I tell you, it's no individuals, it's not us talking that can do it, it's no resistance groups even that can do it. It is trained armies of the local countries, the Arab and Muslim armies. You know, Egypt has on paper one of the most powerful armies in the world, with its 1,000 military aircraft, 300,000 troops. Actually, on paper, Egypt alone, on paper, is more powerful than the army of the Zionist occupier, which of course we know is relying on external aid from the United States and Europe and Britain. People say, when you talk about this, Abdul Wahid, it's not practical. What can one lone voice do? These regimes aren't going to change. Well, maybe I'm a lone voice. Maybe there are other lone voices out there. How does any message or opinion become viral in the world except that it starts with lone voices? And yeah, maybe with the state of the regimes in the Muslim world, yes, it's an unlikely possibility, but it is definitely the hukum of Allah. It's definitely the Islamic ruling in this situation, that such a situation demands military intervention. And to be frank with you, it's a no-brainer when you speak to most people who understand anything about world politics. If there were any situation, any other theater of conflict where a civilian population is being slaughtered in these numbers, driven out of their homes, and a plausible genocide and a definite ethnic cleansing, a state-level military occupation like that would demand military intervention. Any other theater of war, it would be a no-brainer. So my view is, it is better for me to be calling for what is right, what is actually a solution to rescue the people and to bring an alternative which is just for people in the region, for all people in the region indeed, and better for that than 1,000 other messages which actually don't solve this problem. I say it again, I say it unashamedly, that such a state-level military massacre by an occupying power on a civilian population, it needs a state-level military response. In order to liberate those people, in order to rescue those people, in order to rescue those children, those women, those orphans, those widows, those dislocated families, and to bring something better than the Zionist occupying apartheid system that persecutes people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "In istansurukum fid din, fa'alaykum an-nasr," and if they ask you for help in their deen, then you must help them. You must help them. And I pray that you can share this message if you agree with it, and you try and make this message spread as far and wide as possible. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.